Hello everyone and welcome to a bit different of a video from me here, but one that I'm excited to bring to you all because 'tis the season. Box season, you might ask? No! You read the title, didn't you? It's cookie season. More specifically, Girl Scout cookie season, which, you know, I didn't know if that was gonna be a thing this year, but it's one that I think many Americans look forward to. Are Girl Scouts there around the world, aren't they? I should know this. I used to be a Girl Scout for many years? A few years. I would say more than 3, but no more than 6. It's definitely a brownie. My mom has it somewhere in storage, but you know, my little brownie vest with all of the badges and stuff on it, and then, you know, you graduate and then you become a junior Girl Scout? Is that what it is? Where you have the green sash? I quit before I filled up my green sash, but my brownie vest was stacked with badges, and my sash, I think, was pretty close. Either way, I enjoyed the Girl Scouts. I have friends to this day that were in the Girl Scouts with me or in my troop with me. I think it's great. Plus, we get cookies to look forward to. And now, this always brings back memories to me of going door to door, because that used to be a thing way back in the day. Not only for Girl Scouts, but do we remember any other 90s kids or around that time and era? I forget when it like kind of stopped, but like in elementary school every year where they would do fundraisers where you would go door to door and sell like wrapping paper and chocolates and other things from some company, and then whoever sold the most, like they had different tiers of prizes you could win. I don't feel like I ever won the good prizes, but I tried. Not only going door to door, but also making my mom bring the order form to work and leaving it out on the communal coffee table and hope that she would rake in the orders for me. I think that's how most kids got their orders, but I really did. I went around my neighborhood and I tried to do so before anyone else because I was determined to win some of those prizes. I couldn't even tell you what the prizes were. I think it was, you know, like a boombox or something. Light up glow sticks, maybe? I don't remember. Inflatable chairs, those were definitely one of the prizes. But again, I was never one of the ones to win the prizes. It's not to say I didn't try, and that aside, back to Girl Scouts and Girl Scout cookies. I wasn't sure if they were going to be a thing this year, just with everything else going on in the world, but I saw on Twitter, yay, one of the good things to come out of Twitter was that I saw someone retweet a specific Girl Scout troop from New York, Troop 6000, that was doing online digital cookie sales. I'm sure most troops are doing them online digitally, but I saw this one, and specifically, it was for girls that are in the shelters of New York City, and I just think that's amazing. Take my money, give me some cookies in return, some expensive cookies, but like, I do buy them every year. I just don't buy all of them. I have 2 favorites that I buy. So, my taste testing and rating will be biased because I already know that these are my favorites, even without trying the other ones. I doubt they will be able to beat these. Now, I was from one of the troops or one of the regions where these were not the names of the cookies for me. They were not tag-alongs. These were peanut butter patties. And then these were not Samoas. These were caramel delights. I don't even think these were called trefoils. I think they were just called shortbread. Thin Mints had it right. No fancy name there. These were always Thin Mints. We did have these Do-si-dos, but we called them, I believe these were just peanut butter sandwiches, not to be confused with the peanut butter patties, but these were the peanut butter sandwiches, I do believe. But then, new to my taste buds, I mean, it's been years, decades since I've had a trefoil, since I've had a peanut butter sandwich, since I've had even a Thin Mint, I believe. So, you can already tell that you're gonna hate me. I mean, they're not F tier by any means, Thin Mints, but they don't beat out my other 2 favorites. So I usually never buy the Thin Mints just because, like I said, these are expensive. They're $5 a box. Aside from these s'mores ones, which are new-ish, I don't feel like if they did exist, they just never have them at my local grocery store. There's these Lemon Ups. Again, are those new? And then these Toffee-tatstic gluten-free ones, which, good for them, catering to the gluten-free folks of the world, but these are an extra $1. These are $6, as are the s'mores ones, which are also $6. But as I said, it's for Girl Scouts, it's for a good cause. and you get delicious cookies out of them, so it's not for nothing. You know, supporting your local troops is a great thing. It really, I feel like a lot of little girls, well, they're not little anymore, but I suppose the little girls could jive in too, but anyone who has been a Girl Scout, let me put it that way, I feel like has at least semi-fond memories of it. Like, lots of good sleepovers and camp trips and that sort of a thing. So I'm doing a tier list taste testing of these cookies. And I'm gonna start off with the most plain and boring of them all, the trefoils, the shortbread with the Girl Scout insignia, isn't that what it's called, on it? Now I hate to say this because I do like a good shortbread from time to time, but if these are your favorite cookies, just shortbread in general, use a basic like, let's not beat around the bush. That being said, as I said, shortbread has its place. And from what I remember, this is a very standard shortbread. It reminds me of my mom. Sorry, Mom, for calling you a basic but my mom loves shortbread. And as I said, I don't blame her because I get it. I like the butteriness, it's got a good density to it, but it's still light and fluffy. Like, you could eat many of these and not get sick of them from overwhelming sweetness. Unless you try talking while eating, in which case you might confuse your lungs with your stomach, and that just is unpleasant any time of day. But as I said, they're good, they're buttery, they're sweet, they're vanilla. I just myself love chocolate, so like I would much rather have these dipped in chocolate. Which, speaking of, do we all remember people of the past? Well, we're in the future, we're in the now, the present, I guess. Either way, time travel and space aside, let's all have a moment for our fallen Girl Scout cookies. I don't remember many of them. In fact, I really think I only can remember one, and it's because I used to adore these cookies. I don't think anyone else did, and I think that's why they don't make them anymore. I actually don't even know if I remember the name of them, but they were the animal shortbread cookies, and well, basically it was a square shortbread cookie with an animal on it, like a lion, a bear, a tiger, think animal crackers except set on a square, and then the bottom of it was dipped in chocolate. Oh my gosh, those were the best. I don't know why they got rid of them. I used to love, was it Animal Treasures? I think it might have been Animal Treasures. Those were a delight, and what a shame that they stopped making those. I know there's many, there has to be other cookies that I don't remember that were even before my time, but okay. The trefoils, I would say those get a C tier. They're in the middle for me. They're not awful, they're actually good, but they're average. They're shortbread. Have I angered anyone yet? Now, moving into the gluten-free. This is sad because not only is this $1 more than the rest of them, you only get one sleeve. I mean, you can tell it's half the box. You at least get 2 sleeves of the other ones. So these must be some expensive ingredients for these Toffee-tatstic ones. I'm kind of expecting good things based on that. They say that these are a rich, buttery cookie with sweet, crunchy toffee bits, and I do like toffee, you know, a good Heath bar or something. I know that's toffee and chocolate, but like, toffee's good. It's yummy, it's caramely, it's rich, it's buttery, it's nice. But these are gluten-free, which gluten-free can go either way. It can be actually decent, or it can be a sad, sad imitation. Smells good with a hint of sad imitation. Very buttery. Oh. Listen, these are edible, but anytime you have trouble biting through a cookie, it's a bit of a problem for me. You can hardly taste the toffee. It's just like crunchy little bits in there that are kind of stuck in my teeth now. I mean, I guess if I had to eat gluten-free things, I don't know, I guess I don't have other gluten-free cookie examples in my mind that I could compare it to. But overall, it leaves kind of a sandy grit in my mouth that I'm just not thrilled with. It's a buttery shortbread, but definitely not great. Do these get in? No, because they're edible, they're not gonna be an F tier, but they're certainly D tier. That makes me want to bump trefoils up to a B tier, because I feel like trefoils aren't just one step above those gluten-free ones. Definitely, let's give it 2 steps above. All right, now moving on to the lemon ups. These are another new one, but these are crispy lemon cookies baked with inspiring messages to lift your spirits. Are these what replaced the animal treasures? Oh, you better be real good. Not that the animal treasures had inspiring messages written on them, but they at least had animals on them. These don't come in a box. These come in a very loud, crinkly plastic pouch tray. These are as I thought. It looks like they're like a lemon shortbread, and they've got some kind of a, I'm assuming, vanilla type sugar glaze on the bottom of them. These have a shot. Ooh, they smell, ooh! They smell like lemon poppy seed. And this one says, I'm a go-getter. I'm an eater. Mmm. Mm-hmm. 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 That straight up tastes like a lemon poppy seed muffin that has like a bit of a glaze on it. Those are delightful. Lemon ups. These should be lemon delights. Mmm, those are really good. They've got just the slightest hint of a lemon tang, but it's more just a bright lemon. The shortbread, or the cookie, I guess, is really, it's dense, but like melt in your mouth kind of while you chew it. Good texture, good flavor, but light at the same time. Like, I couldn't see myself, you know, there are certain ones like, some of you are gonna be like, Cassie, that makes no sense, but like the peanut butter patties, I could eat a sleeve of those and not be sick of them from the sweetness. These lemon ups, I could maybe eat like 4 or 5 of them and then I'd be good. I know people usually feel the opposite and they're like, but that's usually how I feel with chocolate. Like, chocolate is overwhelming. Well, when you're me, it's never too much. So, those lemon ups, those are going A tier. Those are delicious. Those are really good. Now, on to another one that is a bit bland, but maybe they've, I don't know, maybe my tastes have changed. These do-si-dos, these peanut butter sandwiches, like I said, it's one of those things where I just would rather have it dipped in chocolate, aka the peanut butter patties. I'm sure there's other differences in the recipe aside from just dipping them in chocolate, but these are the peanut butter sandwiches, the do-si-dos. They're just peanut butter cookies with peanut butter squished in between them. Ta-da, peanut butter sandwich. They say, oh, that these are oatmeal cookies, oatmeal sandwich cookies with peanut butter filling. And as I said, these have been around forever. These have been around since I was a kid. They're good. They taste like a Nutter Butter, but like I said, I want more. Like, this is gonna have to be one of the times in my life where I'm gonna have to have an Ariel moment, cause I want more. They're fine, but I want more. C tier. They're average. They're good. Would I really? Yeah, I would rather eat a trefoil. Wow. Because I would rather, you know, have that shortbread. If I have peanut butter, I want chocolate with it. People are gonna hate me and totally disagree with my tier ranking, but I'm gonna stick with it. C tier. God, I thought this video was gonna be easy. Like, I can eat, what, 8 different cookies or however many cookies I have here. I'm actually kind of sick of cookies. Because I'm one of those people where it's like, I see people do these kind of videos and I'm like, shut up, just eat the cookies. It's not that hard. And it's not that it's hard, but like, whew. So now, we have the Girl Scout s'mores. These are, I think, a new one to me. I don't think I've had these before. These are graham sandwich cookies with chocolate and marshmallowy filling. And I almost thought that I wouldn't be able to eat these because of the marshmallow, because usually that has gelatin in it. But unless I'm missing something, I looked at the ingredients and there was no gelatin. So these look like little graham cracker sandwiches with Girl Scouts written on it, and then a horse, and it's got chocolate and marshmallow inside. So should be good. What am I thinking of? Not Teddy Grahams, but they're totally, didn't there used to be, was it like a Keebler Elf cookie? Where it's like a graham cookie, maybe, or just a plain cookie, and it's got that fudgy chocolate on the inside sandwiched between 2 of them? I think that's what I'm thinking of. That's really what this is tasting like. It's really good. It's light, melt in your mouth, kind of fluffy with that filling. Those are delicious. Those might be added to my favorites in an S tier. I'm gonna give them A tier for now because, oh my god, those are great. But I feel like I have to reserve S tier for nostalgia. But we'll see, they might go up to S tier in the end. Those are really good. Really sweet, but really good. Now, I kind of wanted to save Thin Mints for last because the flavor is gonna be overpowering and I don't really want to be tasting Thin Mints while I'm tasting my other two, my S tier ones, but it must be done. And I know many of you are gonna say, Cassie, they're only good if they've been in the freezer. I mean, I agree, I do like these from the freezer, but I'm testing the cookies as is. This is a Thin Mint. It is a thin wafer, thin kind of a chocolate cookie dipped in chocolate. I don't know whether it's the chocolate or the cookie or both that has mint added to it, but they're good, but they're not my favorite like most people. I think it's because they're a little one note for me. You know, it's mint chocolate. It's not a mixture of a graham cookie with marshmallow and chocolate fudginess, or a cookie with shredded coconut and caramel and chocolate. Like, it's just mint chocolate cookie. And it's good, but it's one note for me. But I would say they're better than average, you know? I don't know. The peanut butter sandwiches, Do-si-dos, is that what they're called? Those ones are also one note, but they're a little like flat one note. These are one note, but I guess there is a little something there. So I'm gonna give these a B tier, okay? Don't kill me. But like, when we have things like Samoas or Caramel Delights, these are crisp cookies with caramel, coconut, and dark chocolatey stripes. I mean, as I said, unless they have massively changed the formula, I actually think it's been a couple years since I've purchased Girl Scout cookies. Right? I haven't had any since I moved into this apartment, I guess. So unless they have wildly changed the formula, which I don't think they have, or I haven't heard any reports on it, but they're just buttery, caramely. I mean, you have to like coconut, and I know that's why some people hate on these things. But like, if you like toasted coconut and caramel and chocolate, like, these are gonna be your favorites. These are gonna be Caramel Delights. They're perfect. The caramel and the coconut is so sweet, but because it's just like a vanilla wafer type cookie in the middle, and it's dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate, it balances so it's not overwhelmingly sweet. I could eat maybe not all of these, but I could eat at least a row, probably 2 rows, before I call it quits. They have the crispiness of the cookie and the crispiness of the toasted caramel, but the chewiness and the softness of that caramel, they're S tier. They are unbeatable S tier. I said unbeatable. I really don't know how to pick between Caramel Delights and peanut butter patties. I don't know. If I had to choose, like, okay, Cassie, either you get no cookies in your life ever again. I'm not talking Girl Scout or otherwise. I'm talking cookies, period. You will either get no cookies ever, or you can have tag-alongs or peanut butter patties for the rest of your life, but no other cookies, just these. Or no other cookies, just the Samoas, the Caramel Delights. I don't know which I would pick. I would pick one of them eventually, because I would rather have one of them than none of them. But I don't know. They're different. That's for when I want a chocolate caramel cookie. This is when I want a peanut butter chocolate cookie. These are crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolatey coating. I mean, they are perfection. They're just flat cookies, but they've got a slight dome to them from that peanut butter layered on top of the cookie, dipped in chocolate. They're so good. The peanut butter filling is thicker than the chocolate on the outside, so they're certainly more peanut buttery, but they're just buttery, creamy, smooth, crispy little delights. They are S tier, no questions asked. I think I would pick Caramel Delights if I had to pick my one cookie to beat them all, purely because the peanut butter ones, the peanut butter patties, they're delicious. They're S tier. Do not get me wrong. I just know that there's other comparable things that you can buy at the grocery store any time of year, or you can make them. The Caramel Delights are untouchable. I've never had anything else that tastes like them. I have never baked anything that tastes like them. Like, I could make peanut butter patties, you know? Or I could go to the store and I'm sure I could buy some type of peanut butter patty alternative. It wouldn't be exactly the same or as good, but like, we could get there. Caramel Delights don't exist anywhere else. And so that's why they are my favorite out of all the Girl Scout cookies. There, I said it. Roast me in those comments below and or agree with me. I am very happy with these cookies. I have found some new favorites. Those s'mores ones and those lemon ups. Ooh, ooh. I think the two biggest losers are definitely the Do-si-dos and the gluten-free Toffee-tatstic ones. I would try again, Girl Scouts. I feel like gluten-free people deserve better than this. And if you generally like flavor, you deserve better than this. So, let me know how much you agree or disagree with me in those comments below. Please tell me any other Girl Scout cookies of the past that used to exist that you miss, like the Animal Treasures. Do you remember them? Please, I can't be the only one that loved those things. You can also just let me know how you're doing. If you want more tier lists or anything from me, let me know in those comments down below. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful somehow, whatever the case may be, by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below and become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!